sellout crowd at Hamburg playing Hertha, opening the season, 57,000. Kaiserslautern playing St. Pauli in front of 44. Fortuna Düsseldorf against relegated Hertha had 40. Even Hanover against promoted Elversberg had over 30,000, a sellout crowd in Osnabrück and with 15,000. So I find that really amazing. There's a lot of talk about the best second division ever. We had that that
was last year.
That was the last year already. And
I think that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years
or
ago,
2
yeah.
years ago. And I don't know, Ronnie, what you make of these numbers, and what do you think?
Well, I think it's a kind of movement which started already like 20 years ago. And I think local pride became more important to people than the quality of football. I think it's something which came from England, actually. In England, when I lived in England, actually 30 years ago, there was a Champions League game on Wednesday, like Liverpool against Barcelona, and people would go to a second or third division game in Wigan, and it would be watched by 20,000 or something. So you support your local club. That started, like, as I said, like 20 years ago. And actually, the atmosphere in the stadium became kind of carnival, particularly in Frankfurt. Maybe they were one of the first who started it. And another movement started from that you're trying to become the best club by, well, best supporting it. And we have like 20,000 people going on an away trip quite often these days. I think Magdeburg, for example, they took 15 or 20,000 to a normal second division game last year in Hanover. So people are trying to create their own events, if you want to call it like this. And even at places like Lübeck, which none of your listeners would have heard of. Actually, Willy Brandt, the former Chancellor of Germany, was born there. It's a small town, northern town, and they play in the third division now, but they played in the fourth division last year, and they got crowds like 12 to 15,000 people. Like 20 years ago, people who were interested in football from Lübeck, they would travel to Hamburg to watch Hamburger SV 1 hour away because it was the best football. These days, it seems all to be, I go with my mates to Lübeck and to my home team, and we feel like we are the best city in Germany. It seems much more about that, making people, giving people a sense of belonging, making people feel at home.